By the authority conferred on me as Vice-Chancellor, I now constitute this Assembly a congregation of the University of Cape Town.
Please remain standing for the singing of the national anthem. Mr. Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to invite Mr. Mascole Mlandu, SRC member, to read the university dedication.
Greetings to all. At this time of celebration, we, the members of the University of Cape Town, reaffirm our mission to nurture the rational and the creative thought and the free inquiry, to strive for excellence in teaching and research, to educate life, and to address the challenges of our society. We undertake to advance these ideals in the spirit of freedom and responsibility, and through consultation and debate. We are cognizant of our colonial foundation and reaffirm our commitment to decolonization and the building of an African university, which speaks to the lived experiences of the African people. To those of who will graduate today, we wish you courage, wisdom, and purpose. To those who leave the university to learn and work elsewhere, may you be sustained by those values which unite us here today and advance in the world beyond. A love of truth, of learning, of this our university, and to the audience and platform party to see today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mascole. We are delighted to invite postgraduate opera singer Bongani Makhanya to perform for us today. Ladies and gentlemen, please sit down.
Always been there. He is young, he is afraid. Let him rest, heaven blessed. Bring him home. Like the sun might have known, if God had granted me a son, the summers die one by one, how soon they fly on and I am old and will be gone. Bring him joy, he is young, he is only a boy. You can take, you can give, let him be, let him live. If I die, let me die, let him live. Bring him home. Bring him home. Bring him
Beautiful, beautiful. Wasn't that just? The vibrant South African College of Music is a jewel in the crown of UCT and at the forefront of music making in South Africa and internationally. The procession that led us today was led by Sky Ladla and Black Roots Marimbas, who are preparing for their Sounds of Mukwa tour to Mozambique in August. Sky, of course, graduated on Tuesday with an advanced diploma in African music. Thank you, Sky. And then we sang the national anthem, which was accompanied on the organ by Alexios Vigatos, who's submitting his master's degree, let me tell you, not in music, but in the field of X-ray crystallography in chemistry. Alexios is, of course, a very interesting human being. He plays the organ for us. He does crystallography, but I've also heard a secret that he also takes care of the old clock in the music building. Right, Alexios? That's what you do as well. Yeah, not many people can do that, but he's got interest in this. He takes care of this clock, keeps it alive. Thank you very much for doing that for us. Pianist Ian Bothma accompanied Bongani, who sang Bring Him Home beautifully from the Les Miserables. That's where it comes from, Bring Home, Les Miserables. Kevin and Bongani both graduated on Tuesday, and wasn't that rendition of Bring Him Home beautiful? Thank you so much for blessing us with your talent. Thank you. Mr. Vice-Chancellor, parents, families of graduates, step-parents, and anyone else who helped pay UCT fees for our graduates. Friends and lovers of graduates, there may also be students in the hall who are hoping to graduate soon because like me, they are graduation junkies. And so they come to any graduation ceremony that they can have time for. You are all welcome. Good afternoon, Molweni, Dumelang, Tobela. Dimasiare, I must do them Dimasiare. We've got Ramaphosa as president. Dimasiare abote. Goeiemiddag, and welcome to this graduation ceremony. I want to use 3 words to describe this occasion. The first word is momentous, which means this occasion is of the utmost importance or outstanding significance because it describes the countless individual achievements, the struggles and the challenges that are a fabric of the degrees that will be conferred this afternoon. The second word that I want to use to describe this occasion is commitment. This is a word that describes the many months of balancing competing demands, trying exam papers, and too many nights of staying up late to finish assignments. And the third word is joyous. I hope this word fits the way you feel today, graduates. It may be a quiet kind of joy, perhaps a tired kind of joy, or a shouting out loud kind of joy. But I hope each of you finds genuine pleasure and satisfaction in your accomplishment. I mean, who can forget the feeling of graduating, the feeling that at last the world is yours and maybe the suffering is over, perhaps only for a while if you're not planning to study further. This graduation ceremony presents your ability to overcome the many challenges that came your way during the past few years while you were studying here at UCT. Some of you may have had to help support your family financially, emotionally, or both while studying. Some of you might have had to take part-time jobs to support yourselves through your studies. You are all heroes, and we are proud of you. Your efforts will pay dividends. And whether you decide to study further or not, the confidence that comes with an achievement that a university degree represents will be there for you to draw on when you need it. Therefore, the importance of this occasion cannot be underestimated. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have all the rights to feel elated today. So don't be shy to celebrate. Whether you're a graduate or a family member who came with your loved one to celebrate with them, don't be shy. You've got all the rights. It takes a lot of hard work to get a UCT degree, and you are getting it today. That's very special. So I encourage you to ululate and say your praise poems for your loved ones, because that's what we do as a people on this continent when we celebrate. We say our praise poems. And our praise songs essentially communicate who we are as a people, the rivers, the valleys, the mountains, and the animals we are associated with, what we stand for as a people, how brave we are, how wise or how smart we are. And if you come from my family, it's also how beautiful you are. So you're probably sitting there and thinking, but where do these praise poems come from? Who composes them? Well, they are composed by imbongi, praise singers, who are not only composers, but orators of poems of praise. And one of the important roles that imbongi play in society is to offer critical commentary and narrative on the state of society through their izibongo. And today, we have with us, in honor of the graduands, their families and teachers, and Umbongo, an artist and UCT music teacher, graduate Nelisiwa Sambi Mkonyelwa, also known as Sange. And Sange is going to bless us with poetry. She's a music teacher who's finishing her honors degree in music education. Over to you, Sange.
Hiyale kubo ekutala singa hiyakala kule kubo ekutala nifuna wabaqabaqabi ibhola qaqashwe singondweni aniqatywa ngantokeni nakoko niqeqeshwe ngokwenene ewe lidudumile lasongoma laqheqeza ladlula wabizo lakhe igama yani mvula yanela nawe igama lakho yanguntsikelelo nonotsikelelo yiwuthe mpumelelo yiwuthe nawe nompumelelo uthi manthi ngqungqe ndomphela ndikhense andibona abazali nabaxhasi bemfundo yabo ngathi ndiyabona ezompokotho zishukuxekile ngoba imfundo le ifuna iqhoshe engenantunja swena zonyembezi zekhala kaloku nilile sovuyo ngoba lo mqubu kadudutyela uvuthiwe yithani ithemba mqala uzawuginya hayi makwethina sinqubaqhopho hayi makwethina sinqubaqhopho nina nimabela bhonqileyo apho zonke ntsana sinela khona nifana nomthombo mpompoza amazolwazi phambili ngemfundo phambili ngemfundo phambili yanihlompha ka ufela bahethu kanibakala nitshwanetse kophele dilento tsohle kophele fierce khalek alma. Congratulations to you all, people of great honor. Duwagale duwahuka madoda akakhabutu washumdomla buthithi bumsuthu mjobi uthikoloshya phume nyantsula sithi thili yaka DJ thili yaka DJ hey wa thili yaka mna thili yaka mna thili yaka DJ thili yaka mna thili yaka mna thili yaka ibaphe yeah halala
Enkosi Sange, siyabulela nangomso wethu. Thank you very much, Sange. I see some students are laughing. They thought my Xhosa is too bad. It's not. They are teta wethu, they are teta great. I've said thank you to Sange, and it was beautiful. I love the energy that is in this room. Here's how I want us to do this praise singing to make sure that we all enjoy it, right? So the graduates are going to come and walk up there. The Vice-Chancellor will cap them. Then they'll stand, and then the registrar will hoot them. Okay? As they come, if you have a loved one and you want to say your praise poem, you know the stuff that I was talking about? Say it. As soon as the registrar has hooted them, stop, because we called another name, and then we can hear the next one. You remember when I came? Then we're going to be able to hear the praise singing from Michel's Plain, from Langa, from Educhwa, and even Winterfeld, and all over the country will hear all of them if we do that. Not only will we hear them, we will also enjoy it and then finish on time, because I know you have planned dinner to celebrate today's achievements. Mr. Vice-Chancellor, I now hand over to you for the presentation of the graduating class.
Thank you, Professor McKing. By virtue of the authority conferred upon me, I admit to the degrees specified the candidates recorded in the program as graduating in absentia. I shall now admit to the degrees specified the candidates who will be presented to me by the Dean.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you for the Postgraduate Diploma in Fine Art with distinction, Samantha Chloe Holmes. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Fine Art, Christine Adams. Danielle Zellner Alexander. Bianca Louise Bell. Christy Bossoff. Alexandra Ursula Britz. Yuqing Chen. Jessica Antoinette Dorr. Kirsten Extien. Judith Marie Ellis. Christina Lee Fortune. Maeve Kathleen Foree. Robert Gardner. With distinction in Fine Art 4 and the degree with distinction, Mia Gottfried Tom. Srijit Gupta. Laura Hamilton. Caitlin Hawarden. Chandra Hermanson. Jack Dagon Hermanson. Jesse Jason. Georgia Savannah Kruger. Damon Brandon Culp. With distinction in studio work and the degree with distinction, Hope Emily Ainsworth Lancaster. Amy Linda Q. Mika Elizabeth Laupser. Paula Malgazota Mazis. Mari Mombas. Aniko Mostert. Tyra Michaela Naidu. With distinction in art history and the degree with distinction, Claire Ann Patrick. Rain Ulrich Patterson. Anya Rampasad. Adrian Ranger. With distinction in art history, studio work and theory, and practice of art, and the degree with distinction, Lindsay Raymond. Elizabeth Monica Smith. With distinction in studio work, Inga Somdiala. Marolise Southwood. With distinction in art history, studio work and religion, conflict and violence, and the degree with distinction, Jasmine Valkasal. With distinction in fine art 4, Georgia Kate van der Ploeg. For the degree of Bachelor of Social Science, Tasneem Nakadeen. Alida Naidu. Devara Naidu. Priyanka Naidu. Nadia Naidu. Kathayani Ne. Mametse Steffi Jr. in Chabaleng. Ntokozo Bilelwa Nande Ngube. Reward Nkabuto Ndimande. Tando Ndita. Tando Kuhle Ndlala. Tando Luetu Sibongu Musa Wenkosi Ndlovu. Monwabisi Ndlumbini. Mihlali Pelokazi Ndoni. Mulalweli Wangando. Zingisa Nzekeni. Asemahle Nkandi. Nosibe Nkawe. Sinovuyo Nolukolo Ngemuntu. Wendy Waruguru Ngunika. Ntanda Zintle Ngwenya. Taylor Mary Ann Nicker. Sesetu Nika. Simpiwe Donay Nkasela. Odwa Miranda Nkimbi. Mateo Dominic Nkosi. Mochea Nkuna. Olivia Grace Nolan. With distinction in international relations and religious studies, Christy Nautier. Yolanda Kai. Nasipi Nkiyama. Benjamin Pakamani Ntentema. Busisiwe Nandipa Kumalo. Gamuchirai Gunila Nyamupinga. Papama Apinda Nyati. Nonhlantla Nzama. With distinction in gender studies, Damiana Ibuchukuwu or Hajunwa. Ntombi Ketiwe Okeke. Michaela Onka. Sitokozile Tawana Perinyatwa. Nathan Barry Allen Parker. Tadiwa Munashe Michael Pasipanodia. Birusha Patha. Lauren Pesci, Sarah Pesci. Roberto Manye Barcelos Montero Pereira. Shannon Perry. Ashika Peterson. With distinction in psychology, Rushda Peterson. Mokabai Mary Paru. Lita Letu Pika. Sahila Piri. Priyanka Kailan Pillai. With distinction in international relations, Shannon Rachel Pincus. Lauren Lee Pullman. Aseza Pupuma. Navjoti Raju. Muto Tandivo Ramahada. Naledi Wendu Ramabi. Olubecheng Beatrice Ramogama. Prashana Rampasad. Liana Ramraj. Kiran Cecil Reddy. Judith Reviani. Jamie Alexander Ruitt. Marilia Rosetto Costa. Sikelelwa Roto. Ati Dwayne Nhlantla Rulashe. Fadzai Melissa Ruatirera. With distinction in international relations, Lauren Kate Riley. Carabello Salemane. With distinction in Gender Studies, Bianca Sarenbach. Mohammed Utman Syed. With distinction in Gender Studies, Emma Libby Schneider. Camry Rebecca Skoltz. David Etor Scott. Malcolm X Mohau Sebake. With distinction in Public Policy and Administration, Boitumelo Joy Sedici. Simamkele Kitso Seti. Sonam Trupert Shaw. Nolwazi Nonkululeko Shangase. Mbongeni Sibanda. Simingona Pakade Sigelu. Anthea Yukai San. Lonwabo Sikobongela. Zinzi Kutle Simaile. Lona Sisusa. Joshua Michael Smith. Tandiwe Candace Sokoni. Nikita Solanki. Kendall Page Solomon. Ragnar Solunsegan. Tallis J. Stewart. With distinction in philosophy, Jessica Elizabeth Still. Charmaine Tracy Sting. With distinction in organizational psychology and the degree with distinction, Janie Lee Sandelson. Nampla Taba. Anne Fleer Valentine Taylor. Babalwa Lerato Taliwe. Amy Imogen Tanza. Bonolo Thomas. Samantha Leanne Thompson. With distinction in gender studies, Simon Paul Thompson. Kazja Thorn. Nwabisa Twani. Mona Lisa Litemba Toleni. Mila Moles Chaka. Zintle Chaka. Motlatsi Tsiane. Adele Maylene van Breda. With distinction in international relations, Nicholas van Doesburg. Angel van Leeuwenhoek. Adam Heiko van Wijngaarden. Ushir Basen. Michaela Tristan Vollenhoven. Tarquin Sumer Vollenhoven. Christine Marie Foster. Ralivua Perseverance Verino Sara. Keenan Ross Wagner. Jody Walker. Ruben Oshri Walter. Yanga Wana. Hayden Simon Weaver. Nathan Welby Solomon. Kobisa Wenana. Jody John West. Fiona Louise Whitman. Stacey Grace Williams. With distinction in economics and law, and the degree with distinction, Ty Peter Willis. With distinction in philosophy, Luke Julian Wilson. Nicholas James Woodsmith. Brooke Diana Wright. Ivo Vusi Horatio Vustro. Jaiwei Yao. Wandile Zilwa. Zikona Zimela. Nompumelelo Zulu. Kulekani Msobanzi Zungu.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you for the degree of Bachelor of Social Science in Philosophy, Politics and Economics, with distinction in Studies in Philosophy, Politics and Economics, Kate Eames Arthur. With distinction in Political Studies and Studies in Philosophy, Politics and Economics, Tessa Rose Chittenden. With distinction in Studies in Philosophy, Politics and Economics, Alexander Frederick Collings. With distinction in Studies in Philosophy, Politics and Economics, Jesse Dillon Abel Copeland. With distinction in Studies in Philosophy, Politics and Economics, Peter Sean Richardson Courtney. With distinction in Studies in Philosophy, Politics and Economics, Savannah Alessandra Cozzi. With distinction in Studies in Philosophy, Politics and Economics, Nicholas Patrick Cullinan. With distinction in Philosophy and Studies in Philosophy, Politics and Economics, and the degree with distinction, Anna Duplessis. With distinction in Economics, Philosophy, International Relations, and Studies in Philosophy, Politics and Economics, and the degree with distinction, Ruth Faye Gorvin. With distinction in economics, philosophy, and studies in philosophy, politics, and economics, and the degree with distinction, Emma Alexandra Green. With distinction in studies in philosophy, politics, and economics, James Anthony Collings Hallier. Claire Harcourt Cook. With distinction in studies in philosophy, politics, and economics, Safia Karim. Oliver Thomas Lay. Nicholas Justin Mazoa. With distinction in economics, politics, and governance, and studies in philosophy, politics, and economics, and the degree with distinction, Sarah Rose Melville. With distinction in philosophy and studies in philosophy, politics, and economics, and the degree with distinction, Olerato Kau Mokomotsi. With distinction in studies in philosophy, politics, and economics, Gregory David Muller. With distinction in philosophy, Georgia Isabella Marguerite O'Toole. With distinction in studies in philosophy, politics, and economics, Alexa Jean Pfaff. Camille Pillay. Georgia Jane Richards. Louis Ridon. Simon Michael Schneiderman. With distinction in studies in philosophy, politics, and economics, Rion Karel Arfen van der Merwe. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honours in African Languages and Literature, First Class, Robin Gelb. In the First Class, Naledi Mopono Pono. In Afrikaans, Claudia Marina Harrison. In anthropology, Naila Abrahams. Melissa Amy Zakon. In archaeology, Megan Grace Malherba. Cornelius Tarai Mushangwe. In art historical studies, Sophie Louise Froelich. In classical studies, Christine Cornelia Imenga. In curatorship, Laura Jades Chittenden. In the first class, Anthony Christopher Dawson. Magdalene Dutoy. Rosca Warris. In development studies, Antoine Umpo Ndaba. In drama, Nkombacholo Patricia Makutsi. In the first class, Disetso Tato Mosaklani Mashifani. Luke Timothy Unsa. In English studies, Caitlin Jane Black. In the first class, Kieran Brown. Parusha Chetty. Gabrielle Jacobs. In the first class, Simpande Kawanu. In the first class, Eamon Thomas Naidu. In the first class, Emma Elizabeth Rycroft. Summer Jordan Smith. In Environmental and Geographical Studies in the first class, Nicola Jane Burmeister. Tandeka Mbambo. In the first class, Ebba Domis Rabi. In Film and Television Studies, Susan Crystal Louise April. In the first class, Jessie Craig Brown. Dale Reese Hendricks. In the first class, Declan Alexander Khan. In the first class, Upasna Maharaj. In the first class, Silas Donald Miami. Ariana Singer. In Film Theory and Practice, Wesley Michael Allen. Tessa Barlin. In the first class, Mikhail Bosov. In the first class, Michael Mark Dawson. Nicola Catherine Lawrenson. In the first class, Erin Marguerite McPherson. Tina Pearl Lucia Mona. Robin Jane Palmer. Katlejo Ramafalo. Megan Fenter. In French language and literature, in the first class, Alexis Scholz. In historical studies, Adam Elliott Kleinschmidt. In the first class, Ronelle Monet Kukumur. James Andrew Kuhn. Lisa Marie Muller. Layla Stein. Victoria Jessie Elizabeth Wallace. In international relations, Sivuyisize Nontulukeleko Nonkabakuse. In Justice and Transformation in the first class, Monique Clarinda Atuguia. Kemal Daniel Harvey. In the first class, Guy McKinnon Little. In linguistics, Grant Harvey Abrahams. Yusra Abrahams. Sherry Siobhan Davidson. Yamkela Mbombo. In the first class, Martin Mosma. Kanya Umsulumbana. In the first class, Forrest Schaefer. In Media Theory and Practice, in the first class, Shay Alex Bolland. In the first class, Lauren Jean-René Elwood. Zanele Hlubi Kabane. Amara Kutbudian. In the first class, Kelly Dawn Korova. Lauren Lee Mitchell. Sarah Molana. In the first class, Bakira Parker. In the first class, Victoria Leanne Payne. Chelsea Ann Peterson. Lolita Lucinda Pukwana. Michelle Ramia. Alexa Lee Roberts. Lauren Barbara Smithy. in organizational psychology, Camille Anne-Louise Rabier. In philosophy in the first class, Paul Edward Freund. In political communication, Octavia Nolizwi Magwagwa. In politics, Neo Ernest Mkwane. In religious studies, Tando Joka. Swaladin Hussein Sekyanzi. For the degree of Master of Fine Art with distinction, Michael Bryan Hammond. With distinction, Soraya Jasmine Peltzer. For the degree of Master of Social Science in Organizational Psychology, Nuran Sali. In Social Anthropology with distinction in the dissertation, Menanhle Nkube. In Sociology, Chad Lee Bryson. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Film Studies, for a thesis which shows that films representing girls who participate in African political conflicts often suppress the girls' voices by subordinating them to local and global social, economic, political, and other interests, Norita Ndege. In Gender Studies, for a thesis which argues for the critical importance of theorizing the processes of domestic violence in Ghana as embedded within the construction of masculinities, Isaac Derry. In historical studies, For a thesis based predominantly on oral interviews with people in Cat River, Eastern Cape, and which provides a reappraisal of the 1850s Cat River Rebellion, the 1980s forced removals, and the current land claims process, Susan Isabel Blackbeard. In media studies, for a thesis which develops a new method for analyzing television news, explores the difference in local and international coverage of South African elections, and reveals a breakdown in the relationship between journalists and government leaders over time, Bernardine Laura Jones. In psychology, for a thesis which applies a critical intersectional analysis to men's constructions of their paid sexual encounters, and that demonstrates how their desire to pay for sex is discursively produced, Monique Thelma Haseman. For a thesis which provides a direct and indirect examination of memory encoding in South African children prenatally exposed to alcohol, revealing differential patterns relevant to clinical assessment and intervention in this clinical population, Catherine Elizabeth Lewis. For a thesis which provides insight into the role of empathy and other predictors of aggressive behavior in South African children and young adolescents living in the Western Cape, Leanne Pileggi. For a thesis which shows that individuals who recall many dreams show stronger personality traits associated with altruism and empathy, and have sleeping patterns characterized by frequent awakenings and long periods of wakefulness, Marisa van Wyk. In religious studies, for a thesis which analyzes H.P. Blavatsky's theoretical work on religion and religions in its late 19th century context and broadens our understanding of the history of the study of religion, Dewald Bester. In sociology, for a thesis which explores modes and meanings of queer world-making among lesbians in Cape Town and reveals their intersectional and permeable life worlds as expressed through counter-narratives enacted in 3 interconnected sociologies, Susan Holland-Mutter.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are so proud of these graduates. Let's give them one more huge round of applause. You have seen on parade today many of the things that UCT is so proud of and that make us great and that are the purpose of our existence. We started off with the undergraduates getting their first degree. The university is preparing people for life with a general humanities education, and many of them for some specific professions, psychology, film and media, journalism, and others. And this is fundamentally the first purpose of a university, and you've seen the results today. You've seen on parade the results of some of the researchers in the doctoral students, and not just the range, but the relevance of their research. Research which is not esoteric and hidden or secluded in ivory towers, but research which speaks to the problems and challenges of the social world around us and addresses those problems. You've seen the diversity of our students, not just from inside South Africa, but from the continent. Approximately a third of our doctoral students and about a fifth of all of our undergraduate students come from other countries in the continent, and we are so proud of that too. It ensures that UCT is a metropolitan and an Afropolitan university with links to all of the countries in the continent and many countries in the world. And when you go back, those of you who are going back to your countries, you will find chapters of UCT alumni in your cities, and we hope you will join them and be part of this greater network of UCT alumni around the world. As you graduate for the first time from UCT, you join a community of convocation, which is about 170,000 living alumni in South Africa, Africa, and around the world. And that convocation body forms the continuity between the past, present, and the future for the university. You're involved in maintaining the standards and in giving us feedback and in being our ambassadors, because our reputation largely will be judged through how people judge you as graduates of the university. And we hope that the way they judge you will more than anything else be judged on the values that you've imbibed from spending time at UCT. The values of social justice, a commitment to greater equity in the world and addressing the challenges of inequality, a commitment to citizenship, a commitment to integrity in practicing your professions, and a commitment to changing the world for a better place, because you are part of a very small and elite group that have had the opportunity not only to go to university, but to go to the best university in the continent and one of the best universities in the world. And with that privilege comes some responsibility, the responsibility to pay it forward and to change the world for others so they too can have some of those opportunities. I'm sure you will agree with me that you would not have got to the point you have today without the support of your loved ones and families in the audience here. And I invite you now, graduates, to stand up and make eye contact with your families in the audience, wave the scrolls and shout your appreciation to them. And on behalf of the university, we thank the parents and families and sponsors too. We know that your sons and daughters and partners would not have got to this point without your emotional and psychological and moral and financial support. And we thank you for entrusting them to our care for these last few years. And graduates, I'm sure you will agree that you could also not have got to this position without the support and help and teaching of the lecturers and professors represented on the platform party. I invite you to show your appreciation to the faculty. And there's another group of people who make this university work and make it great, and they are the administrative and professional and support staff, nearly 3 times as many of them as there are academics, the people who cook for you in the residences and clean the residences, the student affairs officers, the financial aid, the faculty officers, and a special thanks to the faculty office of the Faculty of Humanities today, the disability student services, the international academic programs office, the student affairs office that helps with the SRC and the societies, the sports clubs. There are tons of activities that make student life what I hope you will look back on as the best years of your life. And I invite you to show your appreciation to the professional and support staff of the university. So it's your day to celebrate. Congratulations, well done. Go out and change the world.
That was a wonderful ceremony, wasn't it? Sitting here in front, I had praise poems from Zimbabwe to Gauteng, to Northwest, everywhere. It was beautiful. Thank you so much. Of course, I didn't only hear praise poems. I also saw lots of fashion. I think yellow is in the season, clearly. So, and I was pleased that none of our graduates fell on their high heels. So thank you very much. You know what happens at graduations? They buy new shoes. They've never worn high heels. They come here, and then they can't walk in them. You know, so I'm very impressed with the class of today. Congratulations. Very impressed, very impressed. You practiced before today. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, and you've done very well. But before we go out, let me leave you with one message. As you walk out of this hall with your degree, I want to remind you that your future is for you to shape. It is not fixed. In the same way, the world and country that we live in is much more malleable than you think, and it's waiting for you to hammer it into shape. Now that you're equipped with the qualification that you have worked so hard for, I encourage you to go out there and make it useful. Remember that the certificate on its own does not mean much. It is what you do with it that matters. These days, it's easy to get access to knowledge. So the fact that you have the knowledge, it's nice, but it's not good enough. It's what you do with what you know that matters. So that certificate that you obtained here today can be a blunt instrument if you do not use it. So go forth and build something worthwhile with it. This is a time for bold measures, bold decisions, and bold steps. This is the country, and you are the people. So be bold. Go out there and make the most of the qualifications that you have acquired here at UCT. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, after this announcement, I request that you remain standing to allow the procession to leave the hall. Graduates, we invite you to join the procession as it leaves the hall and proceed to the bottom of the stairs as far as University Avenue there, right? And let me make you aware that we haven't started charging for selfies. They're still free. So just keep going down. The best selfie is right at the bottom so that we can all spread around there. I request that you please stand for the Vice-Chancellor to dissolve the congregation. Oh, before you stand, please, graduates, there's also refreshments at the Leslie building, so drag your family members after taking the selfie. Go enjoy some refreshments before you go home. Please rise so that the Vice-Chancellor can dissolve the congregation.
By the authority conferred on me, I now dissolve this congregation of the University of Cape Town.